Well, hello there, my fellow miners and crafters. GoodTimesWithScar here, and welcome back to the wonderful worlds of Hermitcraft Crafting. We're down in the deep depths of the caverns of Scar's Western Trading Headquarters, working on the Armory corridor here, and it is coming out really awesome. And I'm so glad you guys have been enjoying this. But in today's episode, we fully automate this system here, my friends, and it's not going to really create any convenience or anything. It's more for show what we're going to do today. So we got the cat standing by, of course, down in the corner. Hello there, cat. And we're going to head over here. So what we're going to be working on is creating a 2-piston push-up thingy-me-bob. And the 2-piston push-up thingy-me-bob will push up the Diamond Man suit in the center when we enter the room. Now, on either of these sides, it'll also have the similar mechanism, pulling these armor stands upwards like so over there. And then on each of these sides, so over there and over here too, there will be these little shutters. So we're going to have a stair. So let me pull out my stairs real quick. So we're going to have a stair right here, and we're going to have a stair right there. Then they're going to open and reveal the Diamond Man suit behind it. Now, you might be wondering, what's going to go inside here? So each one of these corridors here, these little pockets, are going to have one of the suits. So this could be flame-resistant Diamond Man suit. This could be blast protection, and of course, projectile protection Diamond Man suit over there, which doubles, of course, as a flight suit. Now, on either side over here, what I've been thinking about is either my formal wear or my judge's robes. So formal wear and judge's robes can go on that side over there. And then I've been considering, I think in these little corridors here and there are going to be my costume. So that's my creeper suit. If you're familiar with my live streams, I've got a full creeper suit. So leather dyed armor, creeper head, and I go around scaring people. But what I don't have is a skeleton and a zombie head. And Cub has been out of stock for months now. But when he's back in stock, we'll be able to have those in those corridors. So my costume collection will be complete. And then there's some extra little spots back here for some other fun suits that we can make. But there we go, my friends. I hope you guys are excited as I am to get this going. And of course, we're also going to have automated lighting come on when we enter the room. So it's kind of going to be amazing. Over in the corner here, we've got our redstone repeaters. And the one thing I need is comparators. And I know you guys are disappointed in me. I forgot the recipe. So I'm going to go see if Python actually has any in stock. And also, let's check our profits. And welcome to the Brown Market District and the one store that I've never purchased a thing at. And that's the Redstone Store. So let's head inside here. And I actually don't have any spending money, so I actually need to get some money here. So let me shoot over here real quick and grab out some spending money. There we go. All right, so the least used store of my purchasing here in the Brown District is, of course, the Redstone Store for obvious reasons. And what is the price on this? Okay, 1 stack for a dime. Ooh, that's kind of spendy. But we need it. We need it. We need it. And hopefully this will last me my entire time on the season. Oh, we need the lights too. So a stack of 12 for 1 diamond. Oh, Python, we need extra stock here immediately. We need stock here. Darn it, I needed those. Anyway, we'll have to make some of those. And yeah, so that's successful. Well, actually about half success. But anyway, let's go check the profits at the Tool Forge and leaf your diamonds. And welcome to Scar's Enchanted Tool Forge. And let's check the boxes here and see if we've got any profits. Oh, there we go, 15 diamonds. So we need to replenish our efficiency 4, unbreaking, and silk touch. Huh, I thought these were all efficiency 5s. Anyway, see, that's efficiency 5. Anyway, so we got those profits. Look at that, looking very beautiful. And we'll just do a quick check in all these boxes here. Doesn't look like, oh, wait, are these it? Oh, yes, yes, those are the ones we should have in the stock. Good, beautiful, we have some extra ones. And then let's check our boxes over here. Doesn't look like we have any new sales, and nobody has bought Troll Hoe yet. So we got Troll Hoe here, 64 diamonds. Let's see, let's check our horse armor here. Nothing. And then let's see, chainmail suits. Oh, there we go, my friends. There we go. The diamonds are racking up. And our next stop here is leaf your diamonds, and we'll see what we got up on the upper level. And we're up the staircase, which always gets me a little dizzy, but let's check our profits here at the spruce. So this is the Scar spruce, and that is what is 1 diamond for 2 stacks. All right. Oh, there we go. That beautiful aqua, my friends. Look at that aqua shine. Isn't it absolutely beautiful? Oh, another one. Oh, this is good, my friends. Oh my gosh, we are making the profits today, my friends. We are making the profits. There we go. Look at all that beautiful aqua now shining in our inventory. look at that, 36 diamond haul here. That is amazing. All right, my friends, we have plenty of work to do today once again, so let's head over to Scar's Frontier Outpost and get working on our armory. And welcome back to Scar's Western Trading here, and let's turn the corner, and I'm doing pretty good on diamonds now on the server. I have 8 stacks of diamonds, and I think that's pretty good. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna place these guys in their little spots here. We're gonna get those sorted like so. And then what I'm gonna do is I was considering actually doing the stairs in birch. The reason being is that it would be easy to identify the stair throughout all of this dark chocolate because all of the blocks are the same. But then I just got lazy and didn't do it. So let's turn the corner here and let's start rigging this up. So the idea behind this is when you enter the room, these little shutters will open up, revealing the suit. So that's phase 1. Phase 2 would be the pop-up pistons, and then phase 3 would be finally the Diamond Man suit. So that is my current thought process here, and it would be nice if I had just a little bit of scaffolding. There's my scaffolding. Awesome. All right, let's see what we got here. So today's episode is going to be a lot of off-camera work, but we're going to do each little segment on cam, and then there'll be like 5 of these segments that I'll have to do off camera. Okay, all right, here we go. Let's get started with this. So my idea is if we cut this bad boy out like so, and then if we sneak over here, let me cut this one down a little bit so we can actually get this on the right plane. And there we go. Awesome. Okay, very good. And we'll swoop up here and repair the damage. And then, I think we're gonna bring this one like that, correct? I think so. I did a test of this and I literally don't even remember what I tested, okay? So then I'm gonna take this guy going downwards like that. Now, I'm sure there's 100 easier ways of doing this, but for me, this is probably the easiest way for a very, very novice at the redstoning. So we got that set up. And now we got to work on the bottom. And this is where it would actually come into quite a bit of ease if that birch stair was actually used, because I don't know which one. Okay, it's this one right here. Okay, so what I'm going to do, because I'm such a noob and I don't know any better way, I'm going to bring this guy up all the way like that. Okay, see, it's this one right there that we want. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to place this one right about, see, these things, they're so frustrating. I wish we just had a stack of like vertical and horizontals. And it's like, yes, this one, no matter where I'm going to place it, there we go, awesome. And we'll repair our damage. See, that would be amazing. I made a video a long time ago when they actually added vertical and horizontal, hello there, Enderman, logs in the game. And I remember I said, like, it would be cool if we had an extra box right here. So we'd place the logs in the crafting, and then over here, we could rotate them down here. Like, there would be a button, it would be like rotate, and it would rotate the entire stack. I want that. Like, I do want that. Like, I think that would be kind of amazing. Okay, beautiful. So now we got this set up here. So why don't we give me 1 second here to rig this up. And welcome back. And it's working perfect. It's a little messy, like I said, but it's actually working. So that's kind of all you can ask. So we got that working. Now over here is when you walk into the room, you're going to walk over a trip hook. That's what I've kind of devised. And I'll need to build a little T flippity flopper down at the bottom there. That will, once you walk in, the lights turn on. When you walk out, it reactivates and turns them off. So that would be awesome for that. Now, I have been rearranging these over here. So we've got this pretty well set up for the armor stands on this side. So we put this guy right down there. Oh, hello. And there we go. Put those guys along there like that. Awesome. So why don't we sneak through this little maintenance hatch here. Now, we are butting right up against Cub's base. So that's why this area is going to be just a little bit different. Because I don't want to cut through this wall any farther because it should, maybe we do have a little bit more room than I thought, but I think we're going to end up there pretty darn quick. So I'm going to pull these guys down like so, connect them here. And of course, we're going to need to devise some other mechanics for, of course, the pistons and all those wonderful things, but, repeaters and all that stuff. So, I think things are actually working out pretty good so far. So I know this is going to be in the wrong orientation, but I'll fix that in just a second. So I think like this should work. I'm trying to find a way back up. There we go. I know that's in the wrong orientation. I just want to show you kind of bringing these pieces up here and then connect them like that. And then that should work out pretty good. And then of course, what we need to do, like I said, is get those repeaters set up because I'm not 100% sure, how that's going to go because of course, some of these areas are going to lose their power by here. So we'll get that worked out. And I'm going to fix that. Don't worry. And I'm just going to bring this across here because I'm just mapping out the wiring, my friends. And there we go. That's pretty well wired up. Pistons are in the wrong orientations, but that's okay because we can just sneak back over here and then we can, where is it? There it is. You sneaky little piston. Oh dear, now we're really falling. There we go. And we can start putting these back on there like that. And yeah, so that'll work out really good. So I got to remember how to make a T flippity flopper, and I'll start remembering how to do that, finishing up the shutters, and I'll be right back. All right, and welcome back. And as you can see, the room is really coming together. We've got the shutters all arranged and ready to go, all wired up. So now we have a giant basement built up for our T flippity flopper. So T flippity flopper, I have not built one of these in like 2 years. So bear with me here as I try to remember how to actually make one of these. So it's something like this, right? So there should be 2 blocks in the center. Actually, it should be 3, right? So it should be 3 blocks, and then this goes there, and then 1 block in the center, correct? And then this one kind of gets moved back and forth, I think. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Anyway, and this acts like a light switch. I'm trying to remember in my own brain. This works like a light switch. You turn it on, it clicks over one, and then you turn it off, it clicks over again, right? I think so. I think so. I can hear you guys in the future just sighing like, oh, Scar. That needs to go away. There we go. Awesome. Okay, so, and then on either side right over here, this goes right here, and that goes on top, and a little redstone on the very, very tippy top. Awesome. Okay, good. So let's cut this piece out of there. And I think basically that's it, right? Okay, so next thing I need to figure out is this little section right here. So how about we go like this, and we just add a little redstone here. Now this isn't fancy by any means, but I think it'll get the job done. There we go. And then this connects, right? I think this connects to the upper level, right? Oh boy, it's been a while. There we go. Okay. Now, right over here is where the actual power and magic happens. Good. It actually worked. I was kind of worried for a second. I think it needs to give 1 block spacing between the piston, correct? I don't know. Must be. Who knows? There we go. And then for what the heck, so I'll just add an extra little bit of magic on either end right there. And then this one will lead all the way up to there. Okay, I heard the clickety-clocks of something happening, and I hope that's the clickety-clocks of success. All right, so this is it, my friends. Let's test this thing out. What happened? No, something's not working. Okay, all right, we got this. We got this. We'll figure this out. This is really hard to tell if it's actually working. It did! It worked! Oh, that's awesome. Look at that. Oh, I love it. That is amazing. Aha, nice. All right, my friends. Let me clean this up and let's get some lamps and start lighting this place up. All right, and welcome back. And as you can see, this thing works like a charm, popping open all of the shutters. Now, one issue is apparently mobs can spawn with an armor stand. So I was testing it out, and this back corridor over here, 2 skeletons were in there, not just 1, 2 of them, and they popped out and were doing skeleton things. So kind of need to fix that, maybe put a light source of some kind in there, which I think will actually look pretty cool. I was thinking potentially where there is this dark chocolate block right there, we could potentially replace that with maybe a sea lantern or something along those lines. But my friends, we must work on the back wall. That's right. So my idea for this wall, like I've explained before, is to have the armor stands being lifted from above 2 blocks. And that's an issue because I, for the life of me, could not figure that out. I tried and tried and tried, but I did find an amazing video from Mumbo, which I'll link in the description, on how to do this. So I'm not going to show you guys how to do this. I want you guys to go to his video and see how he did it. But that's the design that we're going to use, and I'm going to get started with it. So it's a little tricky, and I'll show you guys the finished product once I finish up. And welcome back, and I'm putting the final touches on some lighting in here. As you can see, I just connected this loop to our circuit there, and I've got a little torch 1 block above, and then the lamp right there. And then let me sneak around here, let me sample that, and close our maintenance hatch, leaving us 4 lights on either corner. Now, my issue with the lighting is I've been trying to kind of work it out as I was building the pop-up armor stand holders down there, and that my idea was to put lamps in these corners here and there, and then when the room is activated, of course, those would come up, and I'd put a carpet square on top of them so it kind of blends in with the room a bit more. But the issue was, how can we prevent mobs from spawning? We could do a slab floor, but is there any other options? I was thinking string, but I couldn't remember if string was a way of preventing mobs from spawning. Of course, redstone is, but we're not going to put redstone on the floor. So Yeah, help me come with some ideas to help mob-proof the floor if there's anything. We could always do half slabs and maybe do wood, but I really prefer what we have here. But my friends, let's go down and take a look at our pistons here. So we've been working hard on this piston push-up mechanism here, and it's taken a long time. And like I said, in the description, there is a link to see how to build these things. And as you can see, we've got these things all set up down here. We have 3 of them. And then we're attached to the flippity flop flopper over here. And as you can see, the circuit runs here. Now I have some of these delayers along here so that we can have kind of a nice kind of rhythm to the order that they come up. So the 2 flanking piston pushers, they pop up, and then the center one will pop up. And I think that's a good kind of order. So let's jump back up and kind of see this thing all in action. I'm actually very excited about this because I've only seen it one time, but I'm very anxious to see it. All right, here we go. Some of the timing might be a little off. We can still work on that, but here it goes. Oh man, that's amazing. Look at that. Aha, I absolutely love it. So let's close that back up and start working over here, and we can talk about lighting. So like we were talking about lighting and figuring out kind of what we want to do lighting wise, I think I'm gonna let you guys help me figure it out. So if you guys could help me figure out any ways of mob proofing this room so that it could be in a state of darkness, but you know, when the lights do come up, you don't get a creeper surprise because, well, nobody wants a creeper surprise. So I think that'd be pretty cool if we can kind of figure that out. You might do it on a live stream. So definitely follow me on Twitch. Be notified when I go live. There we go. So as you can see, we are pushing some of these armor stands into blocks. And then from there, we're going to be able to take our hats and just place them on there. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? So there are a couple options we can do. So this is the one that kind of sticks up a little bit higher. And then let's jump over here. And this is another thing I would love it if you guys give me some of your opinions on this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sneak this down there. Let me repair that. Beautiful. And then I'm going to take this guy. I'm going to stick him down there. See how he's brought down one block like so? And then let's see if I take out my chiseled once again. And then I'm just going to put that right there, and beautiful. And then we're going to stick this like so, push that inwards like that, and then remove this one before taking out the power source, because I always goof that up, of course. So that's one option. So let's take a look at this one. So this one's a little lower. See how it's a little more flush with the table? I think it looks actually a little bit better, but I want to get your guys' opinion. So what do you guys like? A, the original design, and I'll show you guys what it looks like with the hat on. There it is, there's A, and then of course this is B. So let me know, A or B, which one do you guys like better? I'm a little bit leaning towards B, but I want to get you guys' idea because I like this, how it's a little bit more prominent, sticks up a little higher, you can see all the details. Whereas this one, you know, it just kind of matches a little bit better. So yeah, let me know what you guys think, and it's time to start bringing in the Diamond Men's suits. I'm deep in my secret lair, and can anyone guess where we actually are at this point? And this is where I store all of my most valuable tools and things that help run Scar's Enchanted Tool Forge. We've got chests just brimming with enchantments and armor, and look at all these standard shovels, axes, work picks with well, apparently there's none left. There we go. And what are these ones? Just look at all these amazing tools inside these boxes. But what we're looking for is the Diamond Man collection suits. So each one of these is fire, projectile, and blast, and all the things wrapped up into one. And of course, this is my judge's suit there for all the court trials. Slightly dyed, not pure black, but a little bit of brown mixed in. Yeah, so let me pack this all up, and then we'll go get my costumes. Picking up our last suit of our armor and of course costumes. This is my formal wear. So these are all my formal wear clothes. There we go. For special occasions, of course. And then there it is, my friends. The one, the only, the creeper suit. This is like my favorite thing on the server is my creeper suit. And I can't wait to give it a nice prominent place within the armory. All right, here it is, my friends. It is time to arm this place up and start arranging everything. So I think my creeper suit's gonna go on this side. Oh, this cat just closed up all of the pistons. This isn't going to work out if we have so many cats. They're going to be trolling me for days, my friends. They're going to be trolling me. Oh, that's hilarious. All right, let me start adding all of the different suits. And I need to control these cats. Oh, they're going to be in trouble, my friends. They are going to be trouble. The armor showcase part of the armory corridor is now almost complete. We still need to work on our lighting, which we'll do on Twitch. But as you can see, look at this place coming alive. And of course, there's the Diamond Man suit itself. And let's kind of look through everything. So on this wall over here, we've got the specialties. That, of course, is the Fire Diamond Man suit, the blast resistance, and of course the projectile protection. And on this wall over here, this is where our skeleton costume is going to go, and of course our zombie costume. In the center there, we have our formal wear, of course, for formal occasions. These are the judge's robes, so those are the robes we'll don when the courthouse is fully operational. And then over here is our Diamond Man suit. So once the Mark IV has been destroyed or needs an upgrade, as you can see, we're on version 4. We'll move on to version 5, which is up there. So when this one's gone, we can head up here and get this one. And I want to do automatic lights up there because I think that would look really cool as that before that one pops up, the lights turn on. I think that would just be absolutely amazing. And there we go, my friends. We have our hats built into the pedestals there. Look really nice. I wish there was a way to do this with boots, because think of the Depth Strider, think of the Frostwalker, if we had those options. So if there's any way of doing these with boots, let me know. If you guys have any other suggestions, definitely let me know. And until next time, this has been Good Times with Scar, and I always really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch my videos. And if you believe the videos are rating, that would be much appreciated. And until next time, we'll see you later.